Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Thriving Live Thursday. I'm your host, Rebel Phoenix, as always, in the studio with me. Well, from your house anyway. Stella Renee.
I'm in my studio.
Yeah, you're in our studio from your studio.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
I know, isn't it though?
It is. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, yes. Who knew that one day cell phones would lead to this and now we can FaceTime and it's like being here without it.
Hey, whatever. It helps our relationship. So that's what I care about.
Same. Same.
Samesies.
Speaking of relationships, let's get the business out the way since you're related to some of it.
Some of it. Some of them. One of them.
Just break out the mythic print busters. Masters.
Oh, he should have named it Print Busters.
I mean,
He could have had a whole theme song. I would have sang it to him every time I saw him. Uh, he would be so annoyed. It's probably why he didn't do something like that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
he
all you
thought ahead of time.
He was like, "Yeah, she's definitely gonna sing to me. We're not doing that." Yep. So my brother owns Mythic Print Masters. It is a 3D printing company. He does all kinds of good stuff. You can visit his website at mythicprintmasters.com. You can also reach out to him via TikTok, or I think his Instagram is the other one. He is always willing to take commissions. He does really cool stuff. And if you're in the, I guess, the Central Florida area, you can actually go see him sometimes at shows and stuff. So he's really cool stuff. He prints us stuff all the time. I have a gingerbread dragon I had to take immediately to work so that my daughter didn't steal it. It's just really cool. It looks like you could eat it. So
that just makes me hungry.
I know. I don't even like gingerbread, but hey, cookies.
I know, right? I actually, from our TikTok shop, ordered some of this gingerbread chocolate.
Oh,
so
that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It could go either way. Either it's going to be really good or it's going to really suck. I don't think there's going to be an in between there, guys.
I mean, it's probably good because it sounds like one of those things that just sounds bad, but it's probably going to be real good.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to buy chocolate bar and I tried to buy another one and accidentally bought the kit, so now I got to stop being lazy and
just
make
go
it myself.
Yeah. My kid was like, "We should go make Dubai chocolate," and I'm like, "Or we could just buy it." So
yeah, I will pay the extra for the convenience. Seriously,
because I don't really want to.
Right?
Yeah.
If I wanted to do it myself, I wouldn't need them to make it for me.
Exactly. My thoughts exactly.
Buy, sell, and trade. That's what makes the world go round.
Yeah. Speaking of. We have other things. Do you want to go over cardinal massage real quick?
But you just did. No, I'm kidding. So speaking of trades.
I said a couple of words.
Speaking of trades, she has a trade that she's very good at. She is my personal masseuse who I see at least twice a week. Not even gonna lie. To the point, like, I have my own membership made because I'm there so often.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, that should tell you something. She's got the magic touch, literally. Just saying. If you're in Charleston, go see her. If you're not, come to Charleston and go see her. Okay? You need a vacation, and she can be part of it.
Why not?
I mean, she's actually going to be a guest on the show next week. So,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm totally going to go see her when I come out to see you, so.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've already got that planned. No worries.
Couples massage.
Yeah. You went there, didn't you?
I did. I'm not even sorry about it. At all. You're welcome.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. I feel you. And while we're at it, speaking of trades, our guest today, now that the business in the front is done, we can bring the party from the back. Yeah, that's right, y'all. It's gonna trend. Between us, we make the perfect mullet. # perfect mullet thriving in chaos. It'll catch on. Trust me.
I will. Yeah, totally.
But our guest today is actually a jack of all trades because he's just involved in too much shit for me to name it all. So I'm just going to let him come out and tell you about himself. So, without further ado, welcome to the stage, Mr. Daniel Williams.
Hey guys, how are you? Thanks for having me on your podcast.
How you doing?
Thanks for
Yay!
being
So anyways, I'm Dan. I'm 50. I live in South Orange County, California. Um, I can't think too much about myself, but except I'm real busy and with ADD. It works. So
That's why he's on our show.
You've
He
come to
said
the
the
right
magic
place, my
word.
friend.
exactly right.
I mean, I just officially got diagnosed with it the other day at the doctor's, so there's that.
Well, let me know because I've been since I was 15, so I know the most of it, the new stuff that's even coming out now about you never knew that this was connected to ADD and constantly losing things or writing down a list of things to do, then losing the list.
Yep.
I have to make a list for my list, guys.
Exactly. That's exactly what I do. Here you go. I got 20 or 30 of these notepads.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's the only way I can keep myself straightened away.
And it's always funny, you talk about losing things, and I'm always like, okay, where am I going to think about this? Like, where will future me think that I would have put this that's going to be a safe place? And then I put it there, and then I always forget where the safe place is. And I'm like, you never trust past you to think.
You've hit it well if even you can't find it.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, you make the list and you forget to look at the list.
Right.
That's me.
Yeah. Always.
Out of sight, out of mind.
You forget to take it with you?
That's why you need the
Even
list
taking them with
for the list.
Yeah.
I got my jobs and I'm working with a buddy across the street from me and I'm like, okay, we need to do this today. He's like, okay, where's the list? I'm like, oh, I left it at home. He's like, forget about it. So we probably wouldn't have looked at it.
Yeah, exactly. How many times y'all go to like the grocery store and you're like, I have a list, and then you're like, on my kitchen table.
Or
that you can order your groceries out here.
I can't do that. So I could Instacart, but I can't do that because then I forget what I needed, even though I'm in my house.
Well, it shows that you can go back and you can see what you previously bought. That seemed to help.
Yeah.
Or, I'm the one that makes the list of what to get, takes it to the store with me, forgets I have the list for the store with me, and then I proceed to buy everything except what was on the list.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then now you wonder why you're at $300 and you're going, I'm just shopping for myself.
I only came in for one thing, guys. One thing.
It's crazy, but it's nice to be able to do that. It's ways to work around ADD, and I was diagnosed at 15, so for years it just spiraled out of control. And finally, I said, I'm just gonna crack down. I'm gonna find out what people are talking about, and that was about 10 years ago. So I looked up on the reels the other day, and they have all this new stuff, and ADD is matched with this, and you forget to do that, and you leave your list at home. That was one of them too. You leave your list at home. Yep. So, but there's a complete different spin on it now, with all these new diagnoses, and they thought that men were the ones that had mostly ADD, and then they had 9% of women. Well, actually, it's almost balanced out now.
Yeah.
So
it presents differently in women. I got diagnosed earlier this year at 40 years old.
Yeah.
Because for years my mom would always be like, "Oh, we're all a little bit like that." Like, no, we're all like that. No, lady, you're also ADD. Like, you have ADHD. That's why we're all like that. You and Dad both have it.
Where you get it from?
It's hereditary.
Yep.
Yeah,
it is.
I'm not far behind Gisela. Like, I'm in my late 20s. I'm 37. I just got diagnosed like this past Monday as like severely ADHD by my doctor, who proceeded to tell me I was severely ADHD because sitting in the doctor appointment, every time she put her head down to look at a paper, I was on my phone because I could not focus on what she was saying.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm literally talking to you. I'm like, yeah, and I hear you. What you need? Like,
we can master 2 or 3 things at the same time.
Oh, my daughter can't watch TV unless the captions are on. She can't hear it if the captions aren't on.
Same with Lori. She just got her hearing aids. I last month, I think. So that's kind of new, but we got a bigger TV with the captions and stuff now. So
Well, my daughter, it's just because ADHD. She can't even hear it if it's not on or if the captions
if
are on.
well, if I'm in here doing research and she has the TV on out there, it's like this stereo, and it's just
Oh no.
it's crazy. And I'm just, can you turn it down? Yes. And she turns it down 5 or 10 different places. But yeah, no, it can really impact your life. Um,
Yeah, like now, because we definitely started talking about ADHD and we still don't know who this guy is.
No. Well, really
Just-
quick, Stacy says hi. Stacy from Dark Echoes says hi. She's on your personal. So, guys, if you are watching on Facebook, make sure you're joining it from Thriving in Chaos.
Yes.
If you go to Rebel's personal page, it will not show up here for us to see the
Yeah,
comments.
it won't
as we
show
go.
the comments. It'll only show on like the YouTube or the Thriving in
Right.
Chaos Facebook.
And I only see them because I see them on Facebook.
yeah, I posted it
Awesome.
on one of our groups just so
Awesome.
we can get some other people in here to, because
Come
half the
on,
people
the more
don't
the
even
merrier,
know.
guys.
Half the people are on Facebook, so they don't know what I sound like or
Yeah.
look like. And like 2 years ago, I went to CryptoCon in Kentucky.
Ah, now
And
we're getting into the good stuff.
yes, and it was so funny because I did a podcast for a while, and it was funny because I would walk onto the floor where they have, where you can meet people and whatnot, and it was like, "Hey, Cryptid Wrangler," and I'm like, "No, I'm Dan," and they're like, "No, you're the Cryptid Wrangler." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Yes, we
So
can see you now, Stace.
the whole week was, "Hey, there's that Cryptid Wrangler guy." So it was interesting, but a blast. I loved it. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. What else do you guys want to know?
Tell us all about you. Like
Yeah.
we know that you're an author. We know that you study cryptids. We know that you're that you've worked with the Kaimanos in Blood Loss, was it?
Oh, and no, I don't recognize that one. But then again, it could be. I mean, no, I haven't heard of that one. Are they? But well, here I'll start here. So I've been studying cryptids for probably 17 years now, and in the paranormal, I'm at 38 years because I ended up being an empath, and it was another thing that was family, and nobody told me about it whatsoever. And I finally went out to the Warner Brothers lot to watch them. I was dating a girl that was on it. And so I would go up and watch every once in a while. And I said, I'm going to use the restroom. And I walked out and I looked in the corner, and it's in the very back left corner of Warner Brothers Studios. And I'm walking out and I'm looking, and some guy says, "Hey, are you lost?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm looking for the bathroom." He's like, "Oh, here, I'll show you." So I'm following him, and I said, "Hey, what are those 5 people down there doing? They're all facing that corner. They're not even looking, towards where most everything is. It's just and I said, why are they all black and weird?" And he goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see anybody, but we had a fire here that was probably 10 years before that."
Hmm.
And that was one of the things that I looked it up, and it could possibly be because it was in that back left corner of the Warner Brothers lot, and it's well known for being paranormal.
Oh, that's creepy. I love
Yeah, yeah. And then cryptids, I've been doing about 17 years. Got interested from Josh Gates on Destination Truth, and I just
I
really,
remember that show.
I know, right? And it's was the greatest show because I was interested in it from the Patterson Gimlin. So when that show came on, I'm like, "Oh, cryptids, okay." And then went into this deep dive, and it was amazing to get information of people where they are, where they're at, where they're seeing these things to try to find them. So I started that way, and I went to a conference that was out here, and I ran into Ronnie LeBlanc from Expedition Bigfoot. it was pretty sleepy conference out here. So he and I talked for about 2 hours. And he's like, no, man, you got to get in there. You got to do it. You got to just jump in and go for it. And I said, okay. So I went home, started a podcast, started, uh, you know, joining all the other Dogman projects and stuff and research studies and stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. And then it's carried on to going to conferences and so we would you hear me?
I think we lost you for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I started a podcast. I started groups. Joined a lot of groups, and then I thought I'm just going to do this. So I just ran the podcast, and
Oh, there we go. We got him back.
oh, you got oh,
Yeah.
Could you hear me though?
We could hear you. It just sounded
It's
like
just like low.
yeah, really low, like you're far away.
Lower voice. um, but so I started doing a podcast and got to know people, and over the years, all the people that are well known for their podcast or speaking conferences. I got to be friends with all of them.
Oh,
So
that's
it was
awesome.
kind of, yeah, really, it
That's
was like an umbrella where it was,
Yeah.
if I had a question, I could go talk to, Shane, or if Chris, different places, people that have seen different cryptids, different states, what
Oh
people
yeah,
have seen out here. Oh,
we've
yeah.
got tons of them here. Like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Appalachians. Like
Yeah.
we got just about anyone you want to pick from.
And that's why I'm dying here in California when everybody's having, their podcasts and conferences back there, and it's like, oh, I got to get back there. So
Cryptids are making like a huge comeback. Like everybody's
Oh,
studying them these
it's
days.
huge. Yeah.
and many of us had thought they're going to do the same thing with cryptids that they did with UFOs. So they made sure everybody was in on the coronavirus and not out wandering the street. And then we'll drop, hey, by the way, we did know about aliens and UAPs and UFOs. And there was nothing. So I think there's something, again, that's coming up that is going to be bracketed in cryptids.
Yeah.
So,
Do you have a favorite cryptid?
well, mostly, I've been mostly studying Dogman. It's just,
Dogman.
yeah, just one of those things that I had heard about it in the beginning, and I had a couple of people, hey, join our group, and we'll teach you about Dogman. I'm like, oh, okay, and I loved it. So I'm a part of about probably 15 groups, 15, 20. And so you just got more and more familiar with it. And this last year, um, I was I was going to go to CryptidCon, and then I found out that I was going to have surgery.
Oh,
And
try saying that 5 times fast.
oh yeah,
Cryptid Con.
yes, so it was really hard to meet everybody and then come back here. So I started a research area. I started contacting people who had seen them dogmen out here, and I didn't know they were as close as they were to my house. So, like I used to go, I'll take a week off, and I go up to the Sierra Nevadas, pay for gas, pay for a place to be, food, all that stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is just crazy. I can't continue to do this. And I came home and I was listening to a podcast, and Matt Harvey, um, basically, he was on a podcast and he was talking about it. And he said, there's 8 to 10 different Bigfoot living in Black Star Canyon. And I'm like, there's got to be more than one Black Star Canyon, because I know there's one in Kentucky. I know there's one here, but I live 15 minutes away. And he said, no, it's on Irvine Lake. And I heard that and I'm like, oh my God. So I messaged him and I said, hey, tell me what's going on. And I said, oh, get back there. So that was where I came up with a bunch of ideas of research. 2 years ago, I did a bunch of hikes and stuff out with other people for cryptids in Kentucky. Loved it. Thought I was going to come back and do uh, one documentary in Black Star Canyon and one in the Daniel Boone National Forest out here or in Kentucky. And then with the surgery, I got stuck and I was waiting to hear a date. And it just really ticked me off when I didn't get a date that was before November, because it was at the end of November.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
and it wouldn't have mattered anyways, because across the street from my house, we had that airport fires, those huge fires.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, well, we'll just keep all the same interviews in Kentucky and we'll figure it out from there. Well, before, I guess it was December, I was going to go back out there, and they had that flooding. Well, you guys know because you're in North Carolina, right?
No, I'm in West Virginia.
Oh,
She's
you're in
in
West Virginia.
Maryland.
I'm in Maryland, yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the Appalachians. She's not. I am.
No. I'm on the
I can
coast.
tell by the lights and stuff behind you, the mountain. So it ended up being a complete bust. I couldn't do them last year. I couldn't get to this place across the street in Black Star, which was my research area. And so it was a real bummer. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to have surgery, I might as well do something with a group or whatnot. And so I came out every morning and I'm like, I'm just going to put content on one of my groups or on my group. It was only one at the time. And I had 600 people over a year. And it's probably been about 8 months, but after, I guess, what was it? February, people started continue to come in and in and in. And I was like, oh my gosh. And in 5 months, we had almost 30,000 people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it went really big. And with ADD, I used it. And I didn't want the same Facebook group everybody else had.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I thought, I asked people, I said, hey, with our time here, since you're here, I forgot what I was going to say.
Happens
I've
to
got-
me all the time.
Always.
He's
No
rubbing against
lie.
down here.
Yeah, no lie. I literally the other day I called my husband crying hysterically because I couldn't find the phone I was talking to him on.
Been there, done that. That's for sure.
He's like, I'm like, babe, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I can't find my phone. He was like, I'll come help you. And he's like, wait, aren't you talking to me on it?
Do you want me to call it?
Yeah.
I'm like,
no,
yes, call it. Help me find it.
I had my
don't know
wife
how
do
he
that
did
too,
it.
and she's like, it's in your pocket. I'm like, no, it's not, because I would. Oh, it's there.
Oh,
Yeah, my husband does the same thing. He'll forget where his is too. And I'm like, it's in your pocket. I can see it right there.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it was just kind of crazy that I had the opportunity to use ADD. And
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah, and I started doing certain things that I was interested in. I had asked if people were interested in learning
Oh,
about.
doggy. Sorry, I have ADHD too,
Yeah,
and
me-
doggies are like shiny objects to me.
This is Pee-wee.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's getting old.
Oh, chihuahua.
Yep, he's 7 pounds.
That's what my teeny weenie's gonna look like when he gets old.
Yep. Yeah, teeny weeny and Pee-wee. So, and so I'll pick you up in a minute. Gosh. And so I started
He just
using
wants to
ADD.
steal the show. It's okay.
Oh, they are. They do
It's
normally.
Fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. The dog stole the show, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
I know, right? Gosh. So, anyways, I started doing ADD things, and I thought, I've got all these people, I've got all their attention. What do I do? So I asked them, "Are you interested in learning? Would you, want to learn from us, or would you like to learn from somebody else that we can have come in?" And we had 98% that said we want to learn cryptids, and I was
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
"Oh, okay, cool." So, um, a buddy of mine, Larry, and I think you know Michael.
Which
Was it
one?
Michael Goucher? Gower?
It's
Probably not.
possible. I know a
Okay.
lot of people.
She
Or
knows a
maybe
lot of people.
I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a lot of other guys. Okay, I got a guy for everything, so it's
She really
possible they
does.
know me.
Yes, very true. And
What
it's
can I say? I get around.
yeah, I do that too for some reason. But yeah, no, it was fun, and I came up with two forms of school, two forms of education. So one of them was on Facebook, and I would just go through and I'd ask questions, and you get answers, and then I would put what we believe the correct answers or theory is to them, and they loved it. So I thought, okay, well, I'll do one off of Facebook group, and I did a group that is it's basically an independent research team, and there's 5 of us on a team, and so it was really great. And I asked Larry, hey, would you take over the outside, the independent? And he's like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, okay, good. So I'm still trying to do salvage one documentary this year at Crypticon. So I was trying to get time to do that and write the book. And as you're aware, train wreck. I mean, I'm getting it done, but I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I work on nothing but groups, answering questions, teaching, till almost 7, where I got to learn, or I got to get ready to go to work.
Oh my gosh.
Well, then you are the definition of thriving in chaos, sir.
Serious.
Welcome to it.
Doesn't get much more chaos than my life.
Oh my gosh.
But and I ended up starting another Wrangler group. We just kept them with Wrangler because that was kind of our identification.
Yeah.
So we made up a paranormal, supernatural, elementalism group, and then we also did one that it's phenomenon, UAP, UFO, and I have 2 others that people are asking me to do, but I can't do it. So a lot of the people that have been with us the longest are taking over these other groups, and we're going to put them all into a channel.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so it's going to be really cool. We're going to have people from all over the U.S., all over the world, that can, stop in but gosh, well, I forget what I'm saying now. Gosh.
Happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Always.
I feel better with that though.
Yeah.
I will say, where's my ghost professor? I know she better be watching.
Oh.
She's always watching us. Come
She would love
forward.
this.
Come forward, Ghosty. Come forward, Ghost Professor. We're calling you out.
She's
Come
a
say hello.
cryptozoologist.
She's all about that. She's all about that life, and I think she would agree with me when I say West Virginia is like the poster child
Hotbed
of cryptids. Like every corner has a cryptid down here. We got Bigfoot, we got Flatwoods Monster, we got Sheep Squatch, we got the Mothman. Like you name it, we got that shit down here. And I'm pretty sure we invented Dogmen.
Yeah, that's where it came out of Michigan, and that's where Lori's from.
Oh, cool.
So she's from, Illinois, but she went to school up in Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin, and got her veterinary license. And then she came out here and was working for a vet out here, and I ran into her and asked her if she wanted to go out sometime or if she wanted to call me, and she did. So
that's
it's been
awesome.
22 years, kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
We're
so
just gonna round up to the nearest 5 or 10. It's
yeah,
fine.
true. I don't know, where else do you want me to go from here? What what I don't know. I guess I'm used to being asked questions.
Yeah, we tried that and it didn't work so well because ADHD happens.
Well,
So
and
we just kind
you get
of
hung up in one thing, and then it's like you answer, and then you're waiting for a question. You answer, and you're waiting for a question. So it's easier to have like just a conversation.
yeah, we just let it flow where it go.
It's
Yeah.
great idea too. And so I mean, I think you would get a lot more people coming, to your podcast because of it's not just cryptids or paranormal. It can be in throughout or work or what you're doing on the side.
I
Yeah.
mean, our slogan is we're not just entertainment, we're real life. So anybody with a
Yeah.
story they want to tell is welcome on the show.
Yeah.
We have some, we have some well-known people. We have some upcoming actors. We have some upcoming directors. We have people from the service industry, like Anna Lynn, who's coming on the show next week for Cardinal Massage Therapy. And,
Yep.
I've got a moving company that's going to come on in July to talk about, customer service and what it's like having that kind of business and getting it started.
Yeah.
So,
And that was one thing with me too is I was working as a surgical tech at Anaheim Memorial, and it just standing 12 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
in a surgery where you're not moving around, it's murder, especially when you already have 3 parts of your spine fused.
Oh,
Yeah. And
that's uncomfortable.
now it's my neck. So it gave me plenty of time to do what I wanted with the different groups and something that I like. We're also doing a production company. One of the guys that's one of our group members, he's a producer. So he's going to do some of the production for our documentaries.
Very cool.
So,
yeah,
and
we work
those,
with a lot of them too.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's that, so I ended up doing carpentry and construction down here, and didn't like any of my bosses. So I said, no, teach me this. And they said, no, you're not ready for that. And so I'd take my paycheck and I'd go to Costco or go to Home Depot and buy it and mess around with it until I learned it.
How dare you? We are a Lowe's family over here, sir. There is no Home Depoting. Okay, no, just kidding. We really don't care that much. I'm just being stupid.
Yeah, no, but there is a conflict with Lowe's and Home Depot out here too.
I mean, that's
Is
like
it really?
asking right
Yeah.
Twix or left Twix. It's the same store with a different name. Get over yourselves.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would be surprised if they were both from the same owner that they bought. Both of them. But
I mean, Sam's Club is just Walmart on steroids.
Yeah.
exactly.
Walmart in bulk.
Costco's, yeah, all that stuff. And so I ended up starting basically doing baseboards, crown molding, and I started to learn how to do cabinets. And so
By all means, migrate yourself over here and complete mine for me.
Yeah, don't talk to Lori about that because she's been wanting me to do ours for years.
Oh, you've had a 22-year honey-do list and it still ain't done?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and it was nightmarish. Still is. I got a thing for if a man says he will fix it, he will. There's no need to remind him every 6 months. That's all I got. So
That sounds about right.
At this point, she's like, you are not leaving me until this shit is done. I don't care if it takes eternity. You'll be here.
Yeah. And I have so many neighbors that I've done work for. And people would call me, hey, my house is flooded. What do you want me to do? And I'm like,
get the water out of it.
Call a restoration company. Well, I don't want to because we don't know if it's that bad or if it's just something that we could have you fix. And I walk up the stairs and the water is coming down the stairs.
Oh my
god.
whole
top, the whole second story of their condo gone.
Like, hey, you've got a water park happening inside your house.
Exactly.
I can see him just being like, okay, call a plumber, call the Coast Guard, call anybody but me.
Yeah. And he's like, well, you can fix it, right? And we'll just pay you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And at 10 o'clock at night, I'm throwing carpet from their upstairs window down
God.
to the street.
That's literally a flying carpet.
Exactly. And so it's fun. I like doing the different things. But, with COVID, we ended up getting, a lot of just people just dropped off, went to
Yeah.
different states. And so we struggled through that. And so I started doing handyman stuff on top of that. And so I get jobs all the time for both of them. And it's a full-time job on top of this full-time job, the cryptids. So it's fun, but I've got a buddy across the street and I help him do his stuff. And then one of the days he'll help me come do mine. And so good people. And he moved into the house that flooded. But he moved into that house after I forgot about that. So
That's funny.
I'm sure he didn't.
Did he lose a bet?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't tell him, and I still haven't told him. I don't think so. But we become good friends, and
I wonder if he knows now.
yeah, yeah.
Or did you conveniently leave him off the invite list for this live feed?
With him, I keep telling him, hey, you're from Wisconsin too. Cryptids, Yeah. No. And I said, well, all right, well, look at this video. And I'm like, what do you think? He's like,
Okay.
I don't know. Looks like a tree. I'm like,
yeah, I'm one of those people. Like,
he wouldn't answer the door.
I've had some people show me pictures of different like cryptids and things, and I'm like, it looks like a rock. It looks like a tree. Yeah. It looks like leaves. Like, I don't think that's what you think it is.
Yeah. And sometimes they aren't. And then there's sometimes where, like a buddy Paul that I'm going out to the Danny Boone with, and we're going to spend 3 days and 3 nights out there filming the documentary, which should be interesting as I'm reading up a little bit more on the Daniel Boone National Forest and the infest of dogmen that they have.
I mean, part of that forest is down in Boone County here, so I'll see your dogmen and raise you a steep squatch.
Right? Yeah. Well, yeah. And that's what the guys too that I met at CryptidCon were, the guys from Expedition Bigfoot, Mountain Monsters, Sheep Squatch. That's what I learned from them.
Oh my god, we are like one step away from being overrun with chupacabras, okay? Like,
oh, chupacabras are one of those words that like it's stuck in my head. Do you guys get that?
Okay, thank you.
I always used to call it a chalupa.
Chupacabra? Yeah.
A chupacabra.
Yeah, I can't even say that.
Chupacabra! It's stuck in my head.
I almost named my dog that.
Yeah.
Apollo, I almost named him Chupacabra because he was just a demonic little thing when he was little.
Yeah.
Not much has changed now, but he seems to know his name, so I'm kind of stuck with it.
Yeah.
Although next time I should have named him El Diablo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The little white one over here is that way.
Wait, what did they call that in Ace Ventura? They called him the White Devil, but I can't think what the name that they actually called him was.
Oh, I have no idea.
White Devil. I'll get the stink eye.
Little doggy!
Aww.
See, we should just had the dogs on the show. Forget the owner. That's the star right there. Look at that face. Yeah.
We have a little thing that we do after we get a new dog, or we'll rescue a dog, and we take him to Del Taco. They will stay in a ball in the car all the way home. You go into the Del Taco drive-through, and The nose is going, and it's like, oh, hi,
Oh,
I'm
mine will
an
wake
angel.
up out of a dead sleep
Oh yeah,
for some damn Taco Bell, man.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, you guys are ridiculous. Like,
Well, what's even more fun is that Lori has to take them to work with her because she howls under the door, and
Oh.
that's like a $600 ticket the first time. Then I think the next one is $1,200
oh no, I
for
can't be
Oh my
going there.
gosh.
yeah.
Nuh-uh.
And
My
what,
dog would get me in all kinds of trouble because he don't know how to shut the hell up.
exactly.
I'm sure
And
you guys have
everybody,
heard all night. He's
If he's been barking, I haven't even heard him, honestly.
that's because Mike's fake is basically sitting there like, shit.
when we got her, it basically she must have had an owner, and then we ended up going up rescuing her, and we asked why she was brought in. Well, she was so tired and emaciated because she had mats across her mouth, so she
Oh.
couldn't even eat. So that's how she got tired, and she ended up getting caught. But
Oh.
you can't do loud music, you can't do fireworks. It just she freaks.
And
She
people want
freaks.
to live here. Why?
Yeah, yeah. And well, yeah, you guys do fireworks out there too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do
Yeah.
mine right in the backyard. Nobody gives
Yeah.
a shit here. They're like, just don't kill anybody.
Yeah. After that airport fire, I'm surprised if they'll have any whatsoever. We have the big ones that go over the lake that we're on, and so it's pretty freaky. We couldn't get her to go out the front door for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and I would go and I'd take her, put her out the front door, close the door, and she would just cry. And so
Aw.
I thought, okay, she needs to get used to the sounds of this area because I think she was in Placentia, something like that, which is probably about 40 minutes away. And so basically, I was the guy that walked around and I had her listening. I was carrying her head, of course, right there. And she ended up doing pretty good. She found out another dog we had that passed would guard the street, and she knew that he would guard her. And he passed away a couple years ago. And so now she's the one that guards the street.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's really, really incredible.
My dog thinks he's Hercules.
Ah, yes, she thinks she's pretty tough.
Oh, mine would chase a bear if I let them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
But
afraid
they would
she
turn around
growls.
and run from a mouse, though.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
would run from a mouse, but they chase the bear.
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, we have almost every house on our street has a dog or two. So it's and then you get one idiot that calls it in to the homeowners association, and then they hand out the tickets.
Yeah, I've never understood the point of homeowners either. Like, they suck.
Yeah. And out
It's like
here,
It's
the
like the
price.
adult PTA.
Oh yeah, yeah. And out here, we live in one bedroom, well, 1.5 bedroom condominium. And we just found out that our homeowners association just recently is up at $550 a month. $550 a month.
There's some here that are that pricey too.
Oh really? Oh
Mhm.
boy. I was
Yep.
thinking if I get back to Tennessee or Kentucky, I'd find a cheap one, but
Well, I'm in
Come to West
Maryland, so
Virginia,
don't come
we're
to
cheap.
Maryland.
yeah.
Come to
yeah.
West Virginia. We're cheap down here. Just make sure you get a passport first, though.
Well,
My
that's
current
the
house
thing.
is like
Yeah.
$35 a year or something that we have to pay. It's like
That's what I'm
nothing.
talking about.
Yeah.
That would be
They
awesome.
don't do anything though. Like they don't tell us what we can and can't do. And trust me, I've got neighbors that like they just you can tell there's no HOA because it's just the stuff they do is ridiculous.
They're the ones that call on us.
Oh
You know,
my
it doesn't
gosh.
matter that, oh, well, you rescued 2 dogs, and one has a difficult time. If I walk out the door to the garage, she flips out.
Oh.
So she has to go to work with Lori, and she's more familiar with the hospital there. But yeah, but they've all been the coolest dogs. Just incredible. And had I known, I'd have been doing it for years before too.
Uh,
So yeah, it's
I
tough
love
to
that.
lose him. It's tough to lose
Oh,
him. There you go.
see, there goes mine.
I'm not
There
even
goes
sure where
my
mine
teeny
went.
weeny.
Yeah.
Come here, teeny.
I'm in a
But
room, so mine are out in the other room.
Come here. You want to
They
be a
can't even get
star?
back here right now.
Come on. Come here. Oh,
But,
seen
you
to
know,
be heard, not seen. How rude. Come on.
yeah. I'm surprised I got her to even come up here.
I don't know if y'all can see him.
Nope.
He's a little green.
He left.
Yeah.
He was like, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, random ADHD thought. Does
Okay.
anybody besides me think he could pass for like Walter White's stunt double?
Who was it? Me?
Brian Cranston's stunt
Oh.
double, like for real?
Do I look like it?
I think you do.
Oh, you do.
I'm asking if anybody but me thinks this or sees this, because like that was my first thought. I was like, oh god, he could pass for Brian Cranston's stunt double.
And I just watched a movie that he's in, Your Honor or something like that's on Netflix. Incredible. And I kept thinking, oh my gosh, that looks like Brian down the street. And,
Bernie.
yeah, I'm like,
Hush.
oh, God, that looks like Bob too, and it's,
Oh, it's funny.
so to get it myself, it's like, oh, okay, it's so interesting. But, I mean, if I was an actor, I would love to do that. I'd love to be him.
Oh, and he's so talented
Where
too.
my
It's
husband?
crazy
Yeah.
because he kind of like popped out of the woodwork with Breaking Bad, but he's been in so many things, and I don't think anybody really realized it until Breaking Bad happened, like just how many things he's been in.
Oh, I fell in love with him in what was it, Malcolm in the Middle?
Malcolm in the Middle, where he played the dad.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. That was where my love of Brian Cranston started.
Oh, yeah. I never really saw that many of them.
Yeah.
But we
Oh,
watched Breaking
no.
Bad, and it was like,
You're kicked out of the Cool Kids Club. No, I'm just kidding.
You might be kicked out of the Cool Kids Club because I never
Oh.
watched Malcolm in the Middle.
it was one of those ones where I only
you're
watched
both kicked out
couple-
of my Cool Kids Club.
I'm not sure you would want me there anyways.
That's
But no, I mean, and I've written 2 screenplays for Hollywood, which I had one that we had up for sale, and it was too close to another one that came out with Jennifer Hudson. Oh, I can't think of what her name is.
Jennifer
but-
Lawrence.
What's the one with Costner?
Kevin
But-
Costner?
Gardner? Is it Jennifer Gardner? Maybe it is Jennifer Gardner.
Is she with Kevin Costner?
No, but she was in that football, and then she was also, I think, a commercial in another show where she was in with Costner. I thought that might ring bells, but there's my ADD attempt. So
That's another thing that I always do, where I'm always like, maybe it's this, and then I have to go look at stuff, and I'm like, is it this? Is it that? I don't know.
I honestly don't remember her playing with Kevin Costner in any movies, but that doesn't mean she hasn't. I just don't remember seeing them.
it was where he was the owner of the NFL team, and they did the trades, and the new rookies that come up, and they would, I'll take him, and he'll be a Bears, and they're right out of college or
Draft Day?
Friday
Draft Day.
Night
That's the
Lights?
one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I had to look it up because, yeah, it's Jennifer Garner. I had to look it up because I never know what stuff is, so I'm always looking stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jennifer Garner.
Well, she did. I had been working on this script for probably 2, maybe 3 years,
Oh, wow.
and so when it was finally up at the film festivals, my buddy said, "We can't sell it," and no, it's gone. And
Oh, my gosh.
I said, "What are you talking about?" And he says, "If you watch Peppermint, it's similar." And I said, that's not out. Nobody's heard of it. And then I found out the date that they got the writer's patent on it.
Mhm.
I had been a year and a half before her.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And but Peppermint was the one that we pulled it for and never got it back out. But it's another thing I enjoy doing is writing. So that's keeps me grounded. You
Do
know,
you,
keeps you.
do
Go
you
ahead.
stick to screenplays or do you just like write books too?
No,
He did write a
actually,
book, didn't he?
yeah, I got one that is basically the history of Dogman. So it goes back for 8,000 years, and it's been documented in over 4,000 years.
Oh
Well,
wow.
you have too much time on your hands.
Yes, I know, and they're
That's too
called
Those
much like
hours before
school.
7 a.m.
yeah, exactly. Um, and they're called cynocephaly, and they're in the
Wow.
Bible. There are tribes of them of 120,000. They were in um, northern Arabia and India, I believe. But
Yeah, every time I hear Dogmen, I think of like the Anubis soldiers from
yes,
like Scorpion King.
that's where they got that because he was the king of the underworld, and
Mhm.
that's why he had the jackal's head in the body of a man. So basically, cynocephaly means dog-headed beings. So it's interesting to go back that far, and everybody's in Dog Man the past 10 years, and I'm like, yeah, but it's been going for
Yeah.
more than 10, you know, and so with a lot of cool things, and they were warriors, really intelligent, um, but they would bark and howl when people were speaking to them, and that was their only way to get back to them besides um, sign language. Basically, is the other one, and they had actually gone with missionaries out there and said, "Hey, we want to preach the gospel to these cynocephaly, and get them to become Christians." And I'm surprised mine didn't go off here and yours. Um,
I'm wearing a headset, so
oh yeah. So it's just they played a huge part in history.
Yeah.
Whether they had gone back to Queen Elizabeth, I believe, and said, we can't preach to them because they don't even speak not English, but whatever it was back then, and I'm sure there was plenty of them. Should we still preach to them? They said no. So it's it's a weird kind of kooky background, but once you start to see them in the past, you start seeing all these same trends, and it's the exact same thing. So it's interesting, and it's not really many people know about it, um, but that's why it's kind of been tough to do um, with the research, writing the notes where
Right.
you got it, all that stuff. So it was, and then I wrote another ADD book. Actually, it was 30 Days and 30 Ways to be ADHD, and it was just one, like, for me was I could never find my wallet, I could never find my keys, I could never find anything, and I'm running around looking for my keys, and I thought I'll just get a backpack, keep it all there. That way, if there's an emergency, I'm not running around like an idiot.
Right.
And it was something that simple.
Yep.
Um, but it was just 30 days and 30 different ways of dealing or coping with ADHD. So, but yeah, I've ideas and song lyrics and stuff like that. So, been around, been a lot around.
he went around the block a few times, guys.
The
Oh
jack of
yeah.
all trades business.
Oh yeah. It's well, as you guys know, with ADD, it's you'll do something, you get tired of it, and
Yep.
leave it, and then you go to
Yep.
the next one. And
Yeah.
so it's just one of those things you come back around to eventually and
I have
continue.
2 whole bins of craft stuff right in front of me.
Yeah. I've
Hobbies,
got
hobbies I picked up.
Guys, we will not talk about all the projects that have been started in my house
Oh,
that
that's just what's there.
will never be finished.
That's just what's there.
I have probably I don't know if you can see it. Oh shoot. Sorry there. Yeah. Those are most of my movie ideas and song lyrics.
I love it.
Yeah. So it keeps me busy. And if I've got had some friends that were in Nashville, and they say, hey, can you do something about a soldier? And I'm like, yeah, I can do something. And I just write up the lyrics and then do some of the other stuff.
Oh, that's
Uh, yeah. I was friends. I was lucky to be friends with Toby Keith.
oh wow.
He's the one that
Ooh, I
pushed
know
me.
him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't like know him, but I knew
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah. Hard not to know who he is.
Yeah. And I was working at it was a bar restaurant, but they had a stage, and he would come in every couple of months and sing there. And I was the guy that watched the front door and did some of the security.
Hmm.
So I would watch the room or stay after. And he'd be there with his guys talking, and he's like, "So what are you doing here?" I said, "No, I do the front door." He's like, "No, no, no. Why are you here?" I said, "Oh, I like country music." He goes, "No. Why are you here talking to me?" And I thought he was mad at me. He's
Right.
like, "Do you write?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." And he's like, "Next time I come, I want to see it." I'm like, "No, yeah, no, 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 no." He's like, "I want to see it." And then he left me the next date he was playing. And he said, "I've got somebody that is in Nashville. I want you, if you go back there, I want you to take these 5 songs." And ended up doing pretty well. So I got one out, but so many people buy them for the purpose of having the rights to it.
Mhm.
Because if somebody else is going to put something similar, the other company can come in and say, you can't do that because we already have this song that's similar to it. And that's getting
That's crazy.
old. Yeah. And I went back to Nashville with Lori, and it was great. I mean, just incredible. And so that was my songs and lyrics there for a while. But I've met so many cool country artists. That's what changed my life. I started getting into a lot of trouble growing up. And I ended up being friends with a guy, and he liked country music, and I was like, I don't think so, but okay. And he's like, trust me, just trust me. I'm like, okay. Sure enough, 6 months later, I'm listening to it. I know all the songs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is pretty easy to do. And basically, that's what got me into rodeo. And I was doing that, and now you know where my neck and back come from. So I did motorcycles and BMX and stuff like that. And I did that, and he was interesting because my mother and father had addiction problems and were never around. So it was me saying, okay, I agree with you. Don't put your hands on a woman. That's just,
Mhm.
those country rules. You don't say something about somebody else with somebody else. There was just, like 10 rules.
Mhm.
And I started to live by those. And it was, you don't put your hands on a woman. There's like 10, not secret rules, but
It's like they're like written into the songs, but like in a
yeah,
very hidden way. Yeah.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
grew up on country
Subliminal.
music. Yeah. There you go. That's
yeah.
the word.
Subliminal messaging.
Yeah. I grew up on country music. I know exactly what you mean. It's the same
Same.
thing where it's like you get all those like kind of integral life lessons just from the
Yeah.
bits and pieces of the music you hear.
I started living it, and then I've listened to country music ever since I was 16, and I'm 51, 52 this year. So, yeah. So I feel like I'm just rattling on.
Oh, you're good.
Music makes the world go round.
It does.
So real quick, in closing, do you want to tell everyone where they can buy your book or any projects you have coming up that they can look out for?
Yeah, I've basically kind of stuck with the 3 Wrangler groups. The book won't come out for a while. The documentary won't be filmed till November, so we're talking 2026. But we just keep coming up with new things, and we're going to start a channel. We're going to put the documentaries on there. We'll do the production, and we can do other people's production, and like Small Town Monsters. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. They do all the cryptid documentaries that are just outstanding, and I'd like to get up there sometime. But right now, there's just the 3 Wrangler groups. I'm still writing the book. The documentary, we're going to be filming the week prior to CryptiCon, which is November 21st, I believe. Which I'm going to enjoy, because when I go back to CryptiCon, I've got all my cryptid friends that basically taught me. Martin Groves, Daryl Denton, just these guys are like the pinnacle. They're the ones that are going all around and speaking at the conferences. So I'm doing merch for it too. So if you want to come by and pick up your shirt, I'll sell stuff there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So,
Perfect. Speaking of merch, go check all of ours out. We have a new 4th of July shirt.
Yep. We sure do. Tank top, t-shirt.
Hats.
There's a hat too. Not for 4th of July, there's one.
Leggings, aprons, shirts, hoodies, you name it, we pretty much got it. We got cups, wristbands. Yeah, what you want, we got you, man.
Gosh, yeah.
So,
do you guys go through one of those companies where they can order it straight from the company and they do the screening for 'em?
So we use a drop shipping. So I design everything and I put it out there, like how I want it laid out on the shirts. So you can order it straight from that company and then they'll send it to you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
And then-
I think it was easier.
We
Easier to do.
also-
It's more
we also
expensive.
have we also have a local merchant that does like our convention merchandise for like cash and carry items.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a big world for just doing all these shirts and stuff alone. But
Yeah.
aprons and stuff like that are even more.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
other
why
than that-
we source
Yeah.
locally, guys. Source locally. Support your mom and pop shops.
Well,
Yeah.
the problem is out here. They're twice as much as they are back there. So
That's true.
yeah, it's ridiculous. The price
Yeah,
is
well,
just,
we still have more mom and pops. Okay.
yeah.
I wish we had more here.
Yeah, I'd like to go in those little antique shops and all that stuff. So
Mhm. I love
pretty
locally
cool.
owned places. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, guys, we have come to the end of our hour.
sounds good.
Dan, it's
surprised.
been a blast having you on.
thank
we really
you.
appreciate
you
you
so
being
much.
here. It was a great conversation.
Yeah, and I'll have you guys come on ours when we've been talking about doing it for 3 months, and when it slows down, well, it doesn't slow down in my life, so
Life
we're gonna
never
have to end
slows
up
down.
doing it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna be doing that soon, and we'll have you guys on too, and
Yeah.
and
Just let us
make
know.
sure. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, we'll send you
Excellent.
to our agent, Adam. Got to give him a shout out.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
secret agent, man. I hope you're watching, even though you're
He
probably doing your own show right now.
He is. He's loved from every one of his pages. He's loved our thing.
Perfect. Hi, Adam. Giving you a shout out.
To do the filming for us in the documentary.
What was
Him
that?
and Jason, they're coming out to Kentucky, down to Daniel Boone, because
Oh,
he
yeah.
asked, "Hey, do you want help with the filming?" And I'm like, "Man, I could use that," because it was just me and him. And so they're going to come out and help us. And Jason Kenzie, he does all the filming for his shows too.
Oh,
So
Well, cool.
Yeah, it's a
Go
blast.
check him out. Go check him out. He's our agent. He's awesome. He's begin, and on that we be gone.